breathe.
Breathe!
Can't breathe.
Peter, you haven't even started.
And yet, I'm finished.
It gets easier once you get in the zone.
The intensive care zone?
Let's go.
Amy, no. You gotta make up with him because this is killing me.
Who? This is not about Vincent. This is about me wanting to spend time with my other brother. I feel like I've neglected our relationship.
Oh, no, you haven't. Look, you guys have a special bond. You always have. I don't mind.
Let's go. Can you at least walk? I'll buy you a cappuccino.
I'm lactose intolerant. I have acid reflux. I'm not fun.
Sure you are.
Okay. Oh, God.
I was thinking little crab cakes, teeny little pizzas, and quesadillas. They suggested Rumaki, but that's so bad wedding from the 70s.
I agree.
You think California wine will be okay, or should we spring for French?
Oh, anything with a real cork. Lauren, why am I always carrying your stuff?
I don't know.
Hey, Jillian, Peter and I had a good run this morning.
You did?
Yeah. Well, he grumbled a little bit, but I think he liked it.
Really? Because he was dreading it last night, and this morning he dragged himself out of bed, and he would not stop complaining.
He had fun. All right.
Amy, are you bringing anyone with you to Peter and Jillian's party?
What party?
Their party for Vincent after his book signing.
Oh, I'm not invited.
Of course you are.
No, I saw the invitation.
Look, Mommy, I made my own breakfast.
It's great, honey.
You know he means all of us.
No, that's not what it said.
Amy, this is not a minor event. This is your brother's first novel.
Okay, Mom, he's the one who stopped talking to me.
Well, it's ridiculous for a brother and sister to behave this way. Do you think you're going to live forever?
Maxime, I guess I should be going.
Excuse me, Uncle Richard?
You know perfectly well what the situation is there.
Yeah. You haven't spoken to your own brother in, 12 years? And you're giving me a hard time about
It's
this?
much more complicated, Amy. Besides, it is precisely because of my history that I can't stand to see you and Vincent waging this kind of war.
Then don't watch.
Okay.
So, goodbye.
You're going to regret this when he's gone.
Mom, you always side with him. You treat him like a baby, and that's why he's the eternal child. That's why I have to be the grown-up. Well, I'm not going to do it this time. I'm not.
Judge Gray? That's okay. I'll come down there.
I got here early. My CSO always opens my chambers. I can't find my key.
It's kind of pleasant down here.
So what brings you back to the salt mines?
I'm a lawyer. I miss lawyering. The gig in the governor's office was just like a glorified flak job.
You got fired.
No, we came to a mutual understanding.
So you're back in civil litigation?
No, I'm doing a turn in the prosecutor's office.
What, Stuart? The righteous end of the law?
That's the quickest way to rehabilitate a career. I figure I can survive a year or two.
You're just brimming with integrity, aren't you?
Why does it bug you so much that I'm ambitious?
If only that were your true character flaw.
Judge Gray? Am I interrupting something?
No, not at all. Amy and I were just catching up.
Yeah, I forgot my key.
I heard you were back in the courtroom.
Yeah, governor's office wasn't really a good fit for me.
Heard you got fired.
Well, this is fun, but due process is waiting. Judge Gray, it's always a pleasure. Bruce.
Stuart?
She's a good girl. She's just having a really hard time.
Show her your arm.
She didn't mean to do it.
Show her. That was an argument about bedtime.
I thought her medication was helping.
It seemed to be for a while.
Nothing is helping. Drugs, therapy, counseling, punishment, prayer. This has been going on for 6 years. Leslie's getting worse, not better.
And what do you want to do?
I want you to explain to her that voluntary placement is not the end of the world.
We knew Leslie was troubled when we adopted her. We knew she'd been abused. We knew she had attachment issues. We knew this wasn't going to be easy.
We never thought it would be this hard. And we never thought we'd have a baby.
So we dumped Leslie because we got a biological child. Is that it?
Michelle, she hits us, she bites us, she throws things at us. Do we need to wait around for proof that she can really hurt someone?
We have a new therapist who is very optimistic.
She's a fraud. It's new age garbage, holding therapy, rage release crap like that.
A voluntary placement agreement wouldn't necessarily take Leslie away from you forever. We'd try and place her in special needs foster care or a therapeutic institution where her situation could be assessed and dealt with.
Honey, this might be the best thing.
For who? People do not give up on their children.
First up, Max Pagano. 16, set a convenience store on fire. Clerk got caught in the back room, nearly died. 1 count of arson, 1 count of reckless endangerment, 1 count of assault in the 3rd degree. Thing to keep in mind is his father, Henry Pagano, is rumored to be a made guy.
A what?
Did you see Goodfellas?
No, I know what a made guy is, but that's just stupid. In my courtroom? What, am I supposed to be intimidated?
That's up to you.
All rise. Be seated.
These are pretty serious charges, Mr. Pagano. You might want to sit up and pay attention. Who are all these people?
Well, Your Honor, this is Henry Pagano, Max's father, and friends of the family.
Well, Mr. Pagano can stay, but the rest of you have to wait outside. Mr. Levy?
Your Honor, at this time we're petitioning the court to transfer the case to the criminal docket. This is exactly the kind of offender that the transfer process was meant to address.
Your Honor, this was an ill-conceived practical joke gone awry. My client had no idea that the entire store would burn down, and he certainly had no idea anyone was inside at the time. He never intended to hurt anyone, and he's filled with remorse for what he has done.
Well, I'm not buying that, Mr. Rhodes. So I am going to set a time for a transfer hearing. Does anyone have a problem with this afternoon?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
My advice to you, Mr. Pagano? Get a little scared between now and then. Next case.
Beginning of a novel? Oh, beginning of another novel. Here I am in my Umberto Eco phase. Not pretty. I'm shooting this box into space.
The Hummel collection is Donna's, right?
Yeah. Oh, wow. This is a skit I wrote. That's kind of funny.
Of course it is. You're funny. What's it about?
I wrote it for Amy's rehearsal dinner when she got married. It involved me putting on a bridesmaid's dress. I ripped it under the arm and it had to be sewn up again. It was like a whole big deal. Made Amy laugh.
You should keep that.
I'm supposed to be getting rid of stuff, remember?
Well, not everything.
Judge Gray. We've stopped meeting like this.
Yeah, I agree.
Is it hot in here? They turned off the air conditioning?
I guess they figure it's officially fall.
Really want to know why I got fired from the governor's office?
No, I really don't.
Well, let's just say the debacle with you didn't help matters.
Stuart.
I go out on a limb to recommend you to the appeals court. You don't play ball, end up with an omelet on my face.
Are you seriously trying to put this on me?
I'm just saying it didn't help.
What kind of person goes around blaming other adults for their own bad choices?
It's really stuffy in here.
Oh, cute.
No, it's really stuffy in here.
You are irresponsible, manipulative, and morally bankrupt, and that's why you got fired.
Your need to have the last word borders on the pathological.
Oh, blow it out your butt, Stuart. Can you push the docket back by an hour or so? Okay. Yeah, right. Thanks. Is he okay?
You're with him?
No. Yes.
You're a member of the family?
No. Is he dead?
Well, he's in critical condition. He was without a pulse for about 20 minutes. We got him going, but the prognosis is not good.
Oh, my God.
Do you know how we can contact his next of kin?
No, I really don't know anything about him. I just happen to be there.
It's a serious cardiac event. I can't give any guarantees that he's going to live through the night. We need to contact his family. Can you make some calls?
I really wouldn't know where to start. Okay, I'll try. He could really die?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Mrs. Gray, you're just in time.
What's that noise?
That's Leslie's therapy. Please.
I'm not gonna talk to you.
I understand that you're angry, Leslie, and I want you to express your feelings. That's what the blocks are for.
What's going on here?
Leslie, not at people.
Leave me alone!
Leslie, stop doing that.
Please don't interfere with my therapy. I've encouraged Leslie to express her feelings.
I don't think your therapy is working.
I have a better idea, Leslie. What if you let me hold you instead? All right, Leslie. All right, I know you hate a lot of people.
Let go!
And we don't hate you, honey. We love you, and we want to make you feel better.
Stop that right now.
She's allowed to fight back.
I was talking to you. Let her go. I'm with the Department of Children and Families, and this is bordering on abuse. Stop it, or I will remove this child immediately.
I cannot work in this atmosphere.
That sounds to me like the good news.
You may continue, Mr. Levy.
Mr. Pradeep, on the afternoon prior to the fire in your store, you had an altercation with Mr. Pagano. Is that correct?
What do you mean by altercation?
You had an argument over selling him alcohol?
He wanted to buy a beer, but he had no identification.
So you said no?
Correct.
Did he become angry or abusive?
I don't think so.
He didn't tell you to go fornicate with yourself?
I don't remember that.
But that was your statement to the police.
Oh, English is not my first language.
You are aware that Mr. Pagano set fire to your store later that evening?
Objection.
Mr. Levy.
I'm aware that someone set fire to my store.
Mr. Pagano confessed to setting the fire in your presence.
Did he?
Yes, he did, when the police brought him back to the scene. Is there a reason you are now recanting your testimony?
What is recanting?
You're denying your own statement.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Mr. Pradeep, has anyone approached you or intimidated you since this event occurred?
Objection.
Mr. Pradeep, if your testimony is going to conflict with your original statement, the court needs to know why.
I was upset that night. Now I feel better.
You're aware of what it means to be intimidated?
Oh, sure.
Hello. I'm trying to reach Alberta Collins. I'm a friend of her son Stuart's. I really need to speak to her. Well, do you have any other idea how I could reach another family member? No, I realize you're just the caregiver, but maybe you've heard her mention someone. Well, you don't have to be abusive. Because I'm trying to help. Her son has had a heart attack and he might die. You know what? You've been so helpful. Thank you.
Hello. Now you talk. It's for you.
Really? Who is it?
Obscene phone call.
Yeah, hello, security. Yeah, this is Judge Gray. I'm working here late, and I'm hearing stuff. It's like somebody walking around. Could you come up here? Yeah, second floor, office E. Thank you. I've called security. They're on their way.
It's me, Bruce.
Bruce, what are you doing sneaking around?
I'm not. I forgot some stuff. Are you all right?
No. No, I think I'm falling apart a little bit. I got the mafia in my courtroom, and Lord Stuart Collins, and my brother isn't speaking to me, so no, I'm not okay, Bruce.
You're allowed to fall apart now and then.
No, I'm not. People depend on me. They expect things.
I'll tell you what. You have a complete psychotic break. And I'll cover for you. I'll put on the robe, curly wig. Nobody'll notice. Come on, I'll walk you to your car.
No, I'll be all right.
Amy. I'm walking you to your car. Judge Gray.
No, it's all right.
No, it isn't. I'll walk you to your car.
Hi.
Oh, morning, Miss Collins. No flowers in ICU.
Oh no, I'm not.
I'll set it aside for when your husband gets transferred.
No, he's not my husband.
He's a little better today.
Hi. I brought you a plant, but the nurse took it away. So she says you're doing better. I tried to call your family. I didn't realize you didn't have any. Your mother's in the advanced stages of Alzheimer's. But you know that. You were kind of a popular guy at Harvard. You had friends anyway. Where'd they go? Excuse me. What are you doing?
I have a delivery for Judge Gray.
From who?
I don't know.
Well, I need to know who it's from. I can't just accept things. It could be dangerous.
It's not dangerous. It's meat.
It's what?
Raw meat. Steaks and stuff. They need to be refrigerated.
Take it away.
Where?
I don't know, just get the meat away from me. Now.
Leslie was adopted from the foster care system by Mr. and Mrs. Krause when she was 2. She had a history of severe abuse. She was an acknowledged problem from day 1. She was diagnosed with reactive attachment disorder. She continues to act out in physically abusive ways, kicking, biting, scratching, threatening their biological child, who is a baby.
They've tried counseling.
They've tried everything.
What about medication?
They've tried everything.
What about wilderness camp?
Everything that makes sense.
Weren't they aware they were adopting a special needs child?
Yes, they were.
And now it's too much trouble, so they want to give her back.
Kimberly, the situation is a good deal more complicated.
Adopting a kid from the system is not like buying a puppy. You can't just give it away if it pees on the rug.
Kimberly, do the civilized world a favor and keep your opinion out of it.
Okay, meeting's over. Everyone's dismissed. Except Maxine.
Am I being kept after social work?
What the hell's wrong with you?
I detest these staff meetings. I have to run my ideas past people who have been doing this job for 12 minutes. It's distracting. And it's demoralizing.
And you're in charge over at Sanctuary House. So it's a difficult transition when you have to come back here and be part of the pack, am I right?
At Sanctuary House, it's a collaboration.
Nothing with you is a collaboration.
Well, I guess I'm just worn out. I see these parents struggling to make their family work. Who am I to tell them to give up? Who am I to tell them anything? I don't even know how to keep my own family together.
Is this because Vincent's moving?
It's because he and Amy aren't speaking. That's been going on for months.
Maybe it's time for you to leave it alone. They're adults. You're not responsible for them anymore.
Sean, one day you're going to have children. And I'm going to enjoy that so much.
Mr. Pagano is a young man of average intelligence with an age-appropriate need to assert his independence, which is not to be confused with oppositional defiance disorder. It's natural for a 16-year-old to rebel. The fire in the back of the store was admittedly a more aggressive act than we like to see in normal teenagers, but I can't say it was unprecedented or unusually alarming.
You're saying it's not a big deal for a teenager to set an establishment on fire?
My understanding from our conversations was that Max only meant to set a small fire in a trash can. He didn't realize the fire would spread.
He told you that?
Yes.
Dr. Bloom, I'm confused. In your notes, you made it clear that Max Pagano expressed a certain level of rage and admitted to entertaining violent fantasies. You said, and I'm quoting, Mr. Pagano does not seem to make a connection between his actions and their consequences. He appears detached and unconcerned about the welfare of others. These are your words, are they not?
They are. But they could describe any normal teenager. It's a narcissistic age.
You're saying Max Pagano was a normal teenage boy?
Objection. Asked and answered. Does he get to badger the doctor until he gets a response more to his liking?
Your Honor, I'd like to declare Dr. Bloom a hostile witness.
I object to that.
I'd like to call a recess, and I'd like to see counsel in my chambers.
Recess 20 minutes.
You're losing control of your case, Mr. Levy.
Your Honor, none of my witnesses are giving the testimony we discussed. It's like they're afraid.
Objection.
Like they've been gotten to.
I object.
We're not in court, Mr. Rhodes.
Your Honor, what he's suggesting is preposterous. He's alluding to some ridiculous rumor that Max Pagano's father is somehow involved with some sort of crime syndicate.
All I'm saying is my witnesses are clearly intimidated. Those that bothered to show up. The arresting officer, he had some kind of a family emergency. I can't even get him on a cell phone.
We'll subpoena him.
Great, so he can get up there and backpedal?
I think Mr. Levy's unprepared, and he's trying to squirm out of the situation by blaming it all on some imaginary mafia connection.
You're the one who keeps saying mafia.
Henry Pagano is a legitimate businessman. He's a restaurateur.
All right, calm down. The point is, Mr. Levy, that you don't have a case right now. Do you have any other witnesses?
The victim of the fire, he's supposed to be here tomorrow. We have to work around his physical therapy.
Well, I can't let this case drag out indefinitely. The way it's developing, I'll have no choice but to find no probable cause and dismiss it.
I'm fine with that, Your Honor.
I think we owe it to this witness to let him speak.
Okay, well, I'll give you one more day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor?
I'll send everyone home.
Bruce,
What?
you have that look.
I've never seen you like this before.
Like what?
Reluctant to do your job.
That's not fair. You can't say that to me.
You haven't even heard from the victim, and you're dismissing the case?
I said I felt tempted, Bruce. I can't rule on no evidence.
Fine, forget it.
And it is totally out of line for you to talk to me this way.
So you get to decide where the line is. Well, when it's written in stone, you let me know.
Oh my God.
Look what you did to me.
You're awake. You're better.
Sorry. They tell me I'm gonna live.
Well, everybody was so worried about you.
Who?
Everybody.
You?
Of course. I mean, I was there when it happened.
I know, you told me to blow it out my butt.
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't remember that one.
The nurse said you came with me. And you were here again this morning.
Well, I couldn't let you be alone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You care about me a little. I mean, all the stuff that happened between us.
Don't worry about it.
That was me just trying to say, hey, you know, Judge Gray, look over here. Pay attention to me. Because I'm crazy about you. I mean, I have been. Ever since law school, since that first day. When you walked into Professor Dunbar's class wearing a black t-shirt and hip hugger jeans and clogs, with your hair in a braid. You tried so hard to be bohemian, but you're just a good girl. And you sat right in front of me and you took down everything that Dunbar said and crossed your legs, swung your foot back and forth, chewed on your pen. It was devastating.
Is that morphine?
I'm not delirious. I felt this way for a long time. It's just, I guess something about dying made me brave enough to say it.
I don't know how to respond to that.
That's okay. I'm kind of tired now. I think I'm gonna sleep for a while.
Good afternoon, Patrick. Thank you for being here. We know you're going through a difficult time. Could you state your name for the record?
Patrick Weiss.
And how old are you, Patrick?
16.
Could you tell us a little about your job?
I work at the Handy Mart, Mr. Pradeep's store. I'm a stock boy. I mostly unload things in the back, and sometimes I help out up front.
Can you tell us what happened on the afternoon of August 21st?
I was stacking magazines, and I heard Mr. Pradeep arguing with somebody. So I went over there, and I saw it was this guy, Max Pagano. He came in all the time trying to buy cigarettes and stuff.
What were they arguing about?
He wanted to buy beer, but he didn't have any ID, so Mr. Pradeep said no.
And then what happened?
Max Pagano said, "Do you know who my father is?"
Objection. Hearsay.
In your dreams, Mr. Rhodes. Continue, Patrick.
Mr. Pradeep said, "I don't care who your father is. I'm not selling you beer." They yelled at each other for a while. Mr. Pradeep threatened to call the police. And then Max Pagano said, "I'm going to take care of you myself," and then he left.
Were you also at work later that evening?
Yeah, I was trying to get overtime to buy a new bike. So I was doing inventory in the back. We do it at night when there aren't any customers around.
What, if anything, did you observe that night?
It was around 11 o'clock, and I heard somebody moving around near the trash cans. So I went over there, and the closer that I got, the more I smelled something. Like gasoline. I didn't see him strike the match. The fire went up real fast. But I saw him running away down the alley. I tried to get out, but the fire was blocking the door, and there was all this smoke. I couldn't yell for help. I couldn't even breathe. I figured I was dead. And I was really scared because I thought I wouldn't be able to see anyone ever again. You know, like my parents and stuff.
Patrick, this person who set the fire, do you see him? In this room today?
Yeah. That's him.
Maxine, I just got a call from Michelle Krause. She wants you to go over there.
I can't. It's my son's book signing tonight. I have to be there in half an hour.
She wants to give Leslie up. I'm sorry, she's crying, very upset. I think you should get out there before she changes her mind.
I got mad at the guy in the store, and I set a fire in his trash can. I didn't mean for the whole building to burn down. It was kind of a joke. I've never been in any kind of trouble. You can ask anybody about that. I come from a good family, so I don't think I should have to go to jail. It's not like I meant to do it.
Anything else, Max?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Do you have any other witnesses, Mr. Rhodes?
No, Your Honor.
You're dismissed, Mr. Pagano.
You need a recess?
No. No, I'm ready to rule.
Your Honor, in closing...
Sit down, Mr. Rhodes. I'm ruling. Now, because this is a first offense, and given Dr. Bloom's evaluation, I am denying the motion to transfer this to the adult criminal docket.
Well, thank you, Your Honor. In that case, we are prepared to stipulate to the facts.
Yeah, well, I'm finished with the good news because I am finding you delinquent. Now, in view of the seriousness of your crimes and the malicious intent behind them, and because a truly courageous young man has been scarred for life, I am sentencing you to Long Lane until your 18th birthday, which for your information, is a locked facility. I'm adding 5 years to that sentence, time which will be served in an adult facility. Now, I'm suspending that sentence, but what this means, Mr. Pagano, is that even after you get out of Long Lane, if you get so much as a jaywalking ticket, you're going to be doing hard time before you can legally buy a beer. Understood? Get your father to explain it to you. We're done.
Court's dismissed. You're not staying late, are you?
No, I have somewhere to be.
All right. Stuart Collins.
Oh, he's better. Yeah, he's gonna be okay. You know, he actually died.
Do you have a whole tunnel and White Lake thing?
I don't know. He told me he was in love with me.
No kidding.
What?
It's obvious. Why else would he behave like that?
He was horrible to me.
What's the first lesson in courtship you ever learned? It's an adult version of pulling hair and snapping bra straps.
Judge Gray.
Mr. Pagano, I can't speak to you like this. It's highly inappropriate.
I want you to know I'm insulted. Why'd you send the meat back?
Well, I can't accept things like that.
Are you a vegetarian?
No, I mean, I can't accept gifts.
You look hungry to me. What you did to my kid today. It's the best thing that could ever happen to him. He has to learn the consequences of his actions. You know?
Yes. Right.
You're a good judge. I'm gonna send you some more meat.
Please don't.
Are you sure? I mean, there's no problem.
Yes, I'm sure.
Michelle?
Where's Leslie?
She's in her room.
Does she know I'm coming?
Please go see her now.
Where's Roger?
He went out. I think he needed to get away from us. You see, I realized I'm going to lose him if I don't do something. So I have to do something.
I understand.
You can take her now, can't you?
I'd like to talk with her first. Leslie? Leslie?
She's cold. You see, I was doing the holding therapy, like Martha taught me. She wouldn't quit screaming, Maxine. She just wouldn't quit. So I took a pillow and I held it over her face. Not very hard. Not for very long, but she didn't even put up much of a fight. It's like she wanted it to stop. She just wanted it to be over.
Thank you. Should we get started?
Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Vincent Gray, and this is my first novel, A Fortunate Son. I encourage you all to buy several copies. Makes a great holiday gift. So I'm gonna read a little bit. Fortunate Son. Rudy Lukatsky wanted a son, but more importantly, he needed a son. Rudy was a rabbi as his father had been. He was a man of God. He believed in all things sacred. He believed in a world that made perfect sense. Over the years, he had become blinded by belief. He had become hardened against the frailty of human nature. The concept of divine and unconditional love had rendered everything else incomplete. With God as the standard, what person, what child could ever make him happy? He wasn't aware of these things on that cold night in January 1965. He did not know that people could be broken by the weight of possibility. He did not understand that they could be ruined by goodness, that damage could be done by hope. He only knew that he had a son, and God was just, and love existed, and the world had his permission to go on.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, the detective's homicide investigation yields shocking results.
I'm gonna get myself an eye patch.
All right.
I'm gonna be tougher, more intimidating. And I'd switch it back and forth on different days to confuse people.
Amy.
Stu, how are you?
Only blacked out once coming up the stairs. It was a joke.
Hey, Bruce. Hello, Stuart.
You got a minute?
I'll meet you in your chambers.
It's good to see you, Bruce.
Was it?
Did he always look at me like that?
Like what?
Like I was trailing my own personal oil slick.
Well, I don't know. He's a pretty good judge of character.
Ouch. Are we back there?
I'm happy you're out of the hospital and on the mend. What more do you want from me?
When you came to see me in the hospital, did we talk?
A little.
Did I say anything nuts? Because it's mostly a murky haze. I think it was the morphine.
Yeah, you were a little nuts, but
Would you have dinner with me tonight?
why?
Came to visit me in the hospital? You brought me books?
Well, that doesn't mean I like you, Stuart.
Oh, so that was because you feel guilty about giving me a near-fatal heart attack?
I didn't give you a near-fatal heart attack.
You told me to blow it out my butt, which caused my heart to stop.
Oh, blow it out your butt, Stuart. See? It wasn't my fault.
When I had no one else in the hospital, you were the only one there for me. Now I'd like to celebrate being alive by buying you dinner. If you don't enjoy yourself, I promise I'll never hit on you again.
Promise?
Cross my heart, hope to die. Yeah, and with me, you know that's more than just idle talk. Come on.
Well, tonight is pretty short notice.
Carpe diem, baby.
Okay. But never call me baby.
I'll make a reservation and I'll call you.
This is decadent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the rest of the world is out there scrabbling for a living, and here I am, canoodling with my baby.
in the middle of the afternoon. I mean, how many other people?
You know how I appreciate it when you're appreciative?
Yeah.
Do you have to be so noisy about it?
I'm just trying to buy myself a little bit of time. I'm several years past my sexual prime.
Really?
What is that?
You know perfectly well what that is.
No, that. What is that?
It's nothing. What time is it?
Carol, I felt something when I touched you.
You're supposed to.
I mean, something in your breast. I'm trying not to use the L word. A lump on the left.
It doesn't mean anything. I'm fibrocystic. It's hereditary. All the women in my family have breasts filled with tapioca.
That's an interesting image.
Don't worry about it. I don't.
I think it's important to remember how misleading facts can be.
I tend to find the facts rather factual, Mr. Hanna. Are you intending to prove that your clients weren't the ones who burst into an authorized after-school activity, hassled the participants, damaged student and school property, and then topped things off with a round of egg throwing?
No, Your Honor, but I will put their actions in the proper political context. What might appear to be vandalism was, in reality, a protest against the erosion of the separation of church and state.
With eggs?
Well, by any means necessary. Jake Flanders and Wallace Reed were deeply disturbed that an overtly religious organization had been given permission to meet on school grounds.
As stated, Your Honor, the Live the Lord Club has permission for their meetings, as do more than a dozen other student-operated after-school activities.
The object of this particular club being the evangelizing of boys and girls with the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ.
The Supreme Court doesn't have a problem with this.
And if it was the I Love Hitler Club, would that be permissible as well?
Oh, Mr. Hanna, it is way too early in the morning to play the Hitler card. Mr. Van Exel will give you the particulars of the next meeting. Next case.
Your Honor, I'm Russell Coleman. My group helps organize student-run Live the Lord clubs across the country.
Well, if it's appropriate, Mr. Coleman, I'll hear from you tomorrow afternoon.
This man just equated the Lord Jesus Christ to Adolf Hitler. Do you plan to admonish him for that remark?
No, not at this time.
Don't you think, in all fairness...
Fairness notwithstanding, Mr. Coleman, I decide what's permissible in this courtroom and no one else. For example, I'm letting you speak.
I see.
I thought you might.
So you had this checked, and you know that it's nothing.
Don't fuss. I hate it when people fuss.
I'm not fussing. I just want to know that you're okay.
I'm okay.
So it'd probably be a good idea if we both get checkups before moving to San Francisco. Just have some basic numbers.
Good idea.
You have a regular doctor.
Vincent.
Frankly, I'm a little freaked out by your lump.
It's not a lump.
Lump, tapioca, fiberglass insulation. I felt it.
Don't worry. When you worry, things happen, okay?
Hello? Well, I'm pretty sure my mother was... All right. No, thanks for calling. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Carol, I gotta go.
I'll see you later then.
Yeah, okay.
I thought it important that we have Mara's picture here so we don't lose sight of what this is all about. The death last year of Alex Finch, the father Mara Rosario never knew, was the last in a series of tragic events in this little girl's life. A life of struggle, loss and fear in a nameless Guatemalan village without telephones, electricity, or dependable drinking water. Violence claimed her parents. It's our job to see that greedy people don't steal her birthright. Mr. Finch chose to have an affair with Mara's mother, Yelena Rosario, when she was in the United States trying to raise money for the Zapatistas. His responsibilities did not end when she returned to her native country and gave birth to their child. Yelena left the baby with her mother and was subsequently killed in a skirmish with Mexican troops. Alex Finch was the father of this little girl, and Mara Rosario is entitled to her share of the Finch estate.
Hey. Sorry, Lauren. You all right?
Sure. Were you doing something important when the school called?
No, I was finished anyway. Wasn't Grandma supposed to pick you up?
Yeah, but I'm happy to see you, Uncle Vincent.
I'm happy to see you too, Lauren.
You don't come around as much as you used to, because there's awkwardness.
Give me your pack. Hey, what am I, the chauffeur?
I can't sit where there's an airbag. I'll get crushed in the face.
All right.
Once we move to San Francisco, we won't have these moments together.
Is guilt a genetic predisposition with the gray women, or is it a learned behavior?
I don't know, because I don't know what that means.
Dope your seatbelt.
Ronald, Alex Finch was many things. He was one of the most successful, sought-after investment managers in the United States. When the private plane carrying him and his only son crashed in the Atlantic off Hilton Head, 3 different Wall Street indices dipped at the news. But he was not the father of this child. More important, he had no knowledge of this child's mother, a woman who is tragically, and I feel compelled to add, conveniently deceased. The motives behind this paternity suit are astonishingly transparent. Greed may be the engine here, but its source is not this side of the room.
Thank you. Okay, I'd like to hear testimony tomorrow with all parties ready at 9 o'clock. What do we have next?
Grandma gets so caught up in her own dunnage.
You're saying a lot of stuff that I don't understand today.
It's this thing women do. Even when they need help or emotional support, they retreat into their own world, where no man, no matter how much he loves her, is allowed to enter.
Well, when I get in my own world, I'm gonna invite everyone to come with it. Except Ronnie Loomis.
Grandma didn't leave a message.
It's not plugged in.
Why isn't it plugged in?
Because it's broken. When Ronnie Loomis pulls my hair, I kick him.
Sounds right to me. What time will your mother be home?
Late. She has a date with the guy she killed. Why are you and my mom having a fight?
We're not actually having a fight.
It seems like a fight.
You're gonna have to ask her about this. It's kind of a grown-up thing.
It doesn't seem very grown up.
Well, when things get really, really grown up, they start to seem childish again.
I liked it better when you guys got along.
Oh my God, that is so hot.
What?
The coffee. I'm not allowed to have it anymore.
Why not?
I had a heart attack. You have a really short memory, don't you?
No more caffeine.
You don't want to know all the things that can't have anymore. Apparently, I had too much stress in my life. Who knew?
I thought you liked stress. You certainly created enough of it.
I did. I love doing stuff other people couldn't handle. I used to be fearless.
And now?
Now, I'm a little scared.
So this heart thing, is it genetic?
No, actually, it's something I managed to do all on my own. It's amazing what you can accomplish when you put your mind to it.
You've accomplished other things.
Yeah, I thought I'd be a member of Congress by now.
Well, I don't think any of us is where we thought we'd be.
What did you want?
I wanted to be the CEO of a large multinational corporation.
And what do you think your 19-year-old self would think of you now?
That I'd screwed up. Living with my mom. Being a civil servant.
Yeah, I'd think I cracked. I couldn't handle the pressure. You know what? Our 19-year-old selves were idiots.
I spent the night.
Okay. Why?
Because Mom never came home last night. Somebody has to watch Lauren.
I asked Mom to watch Lauren.
Amy, I think the important part of that statement was Mom never came home.
Did she call?
Your answering machine doesn't work.
Well, I'm sure it has something to do with work. Sometimes she spends the night at Sanctuary House.
That's probably nothing. I'll check around.
Will you call me? I mean, when you find her?
Yeah.
How's Carol?
Fine. Will you please stop talking down our decision to move to San Francisco, at least around Lauren?
What?
Plus, she keeps asking what's going on between you and me, and I don't know what to say.
Neither do I.
Well, I think it's your responsibility to tell her.
Tell her what?
Well, it's simple. You hate my girlfriend, and you resent my decision to move away with her. Perhaps you could find some motherly way of explaining that to your daughter.
Vincent, she had the school call you. Did it ever occur to you that Lauren might have her own feelings about you leaving?
She's obviously picking up on your attitude.
Do you want us to be happy about it? Because the way you're behaving, that's exactly what you're going to get. Pure happiness as we wave goodbye.
Amy, not everybody's going to live with their mother their whole lives. Well, that's just a bit meaner than I actually intended.
Just a little bit?
I'll drop Lauren off at school for you.
That's okay, I'll do it.
Actually, I promised her. So if you don't mind, I'd like to keep that promise.
So, you admit you and Jake Flanders disrupted the meeting of the Live the Lord Club.
Things we did as a protest. And the founding fathers were very sure about how church and state should be kept separate. It's an important part of the Constitution. We wanted to make sure that everybody knew how bad it was for public things like a school to mix with religion.
So you threw eggs at your fellow students.
A man's got to stand up for what's right. A school's a school and a church is a church.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Whose idea was it to bring the eggs?
Mine.
Why eggs?
Well, they're messy and gross. Cost a lot less than paintballs.
I see. So you're interested in American history?
America's the greatest country in the world.
Can you name me the U.S. Attorney General?
Bill Reno?
Can you tell me anyone on the Supreme Court?
Well, there's Clarence something. Clarence Thompson. Something like that.
Who was the president during the Revolutionary War?
Lincoln.
You can step down.
You going to the doctor today?
No. Why? Should I?
I met Carol.
Are you sick? No. I only go to the doctor if I throw up or bleed.
That's a good plan.
No, it's not. You should have it checked out.
Have what checked out?
Oh, go ahead, Vincent. You started this conversation.
Carol has a sty in her left eye.
Yeah, it's not a style.
No harm in getting the eye doctor to take a look.
The eye doctor is not going to tell me anything that I don't already know.
Suppose for 1 minute that I agree with you. Your sty is none of my business. I'm way out of line. Granted. Think practically for a moment. You know how annoying I can be. You know how irritatingly focused on something I can become. It's not a pretty sight. This situation has all the earmarks of a classic. But you can diffuse the whole ugly mess with a visit to the eye doctor.
You shouldn't be afraid of the eye doctor.
I'm not.
I think you are.
But I hate the dentist.
You're fixating on my eye because you don't want to deal with your own problems.
What problems?
Your house.
What's wrong with your house, Uncle Vincent?
Nothing.
The roof is cracked and the foundation is caving in. And it's mad at him for moving away. It's barely speaking to him. Maybe you should make those home repairs before becoming obsessed with my eye.
Going to school with you is fun. I'm sure gonna miss it when you move to San Francisco.
You're treating this as though I'm not in it, but I am. I'm getting ready to uproot my life and move with you to California.
What? You afraid you made a bad bargain?
What? No, I love you. When I think about our future, I think of this. I think about you and me bringing our own child to school. I hate to miss out on that because you won't go see a doctor.
Mrs. Finch, how long had you been married to Mr. Finch at the time of the accident?
18 years.
How would you characterize that relationship?
In 25 words or less?
In whatever words you choose, Mrs. Finch.
It was a marriage, with all that that implies.
There was occasional stress.
Of course there was. People think having money in any quantity means you don't have problems. You still have problems. The scenery's different, that's all. But I know that Alex loved me, and I know that he loved our son, Ronnie. We both loved Ronnie.
Mrs. Finch, did your husband ever confess to you any infidelities during your marriage?
Yes, in 1988, possibly 89. It was a very difficult time for us.
Did your husband ever mention the name of a woman, Elena Rosario?
No.
So though your husband had been forthcoming in the past, he never indicated that he was having an affair with an illegal immigrant from Guatemala.
If he had, I would have remembered.
Thank you, Mrs. Finch.
Miss Weldon.
Mrs. Finch, did you ever confide to your husband about your extramarital affairs?
Your Honor.
Way ahead of you. Ms. Weldon.
I'm merely curious if the witness was always as honest as she claims her husband to have been.
Bank the fires of curiosity.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Of course.
I'm not saying Alex was a saint. He wasn't. But if he was going to have an affair, it wouldn't be with a communist from Guatemala. The man raised $100,000 for Bush.
Well, clearly he was ambivalent about his politics.
He wasn't ambivalent. He was a Republican. He could be as charming as he could be infuriating. Occasionally, he could be both at the same time. Often, actually. He was also the most tender, loving man I ever knew. And the most honest. He's gone. So is our child. Now, I do not want to idealize my husband. He would hate that. But I am not going to let people tell lies about him either.
Thank you, Mrs. Finch.
Vincent! Hi.
Hey, Sean. Listen, I feel a little foolish, but I can't seem to find my mother.
Oh.
I'm sure everything's fine, but yeah, I've been to Sanctuary House and they haven't seen her, and she didn't come home last night, so.
I'm sorry, Vincent, I don't know where Maxine is.
Couldn't you page her or something?
I've been paging her since yesterday and she hasn't responded, which, unfortunately, is not that unusual. She doesn't like to be checked up on. When I saw you, I hoped you might know something.
No.
You say you already talked to the people at Sanctuary House?
Yeah.
I think we better find her.
Thank you.
Two minutes.
Yeah,
What are you looking for?
I don't know. You see any resemblance? What?
I don't think you can base this kind of judgment on something like that.
Well, I might as well. I'm not gonna get anything more scientific. This picture is supposed to pull at my heartstrings, right? That's why Ms. Weldon blew it up so big, so I could look into little Mara's eyes. Well, what do you think?
I think Weldon is out of her league and way over her head.
Or that's what she wants us to think.
You want me to check her out?
No, I'm just being paranoid, right?
Okay. You're gonna be late.
It's like we're staring at the mind of Maxine Gray.
And I'm frightened.
Well, she usually keeps her files with her, in her car. Maybe there's a clue on her computer that'll tell us something.
Page her one more time.
Hardly anything on here. Does she even use this thing?
Mother lives her life on little pieces of paper.
Wait, here's something. She's meeting V for lunch at 1:15 at Teddy's.
That was me 2 weeks ago. Now is it okay to be officially worried?
Ladies and gentlemen, we need everyone available in the conference room in 10 minutes.
Why didn't Maxine pick her up?
I don't know. She didn't come home last night either.
Could she be with Jared?
He's in Europe.
Well, I wouldn't worry.
Not even a little bit.
Oh, thanks. Well, I think Vincent would let you know if there was anything to worry about. Peter and I were thinking the four of us should go to dinner.
You mean me and Stu and the two of you?
No, I meant Vincent. I thought you hated Stuart.
I did. I mean, he was a shark.
Was?
Well, he's different since the heart attack. He's gentle.
Well, people do change.
Well, I don't know.
You think he's being nice just to get you into bed?
Well, I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, the old him. If there's a new him, that I'm a little confused.
When I first met Peter, he was pedantic, opinionated, and a bit dorky. He's changed a lot, don't you think? Mm-hmm. Not to mention a certain other person. I knew a girl once, broke hearts right and left. She thought nothing about turning to a guy on a date and saying, "I'm sorry, this isn't working out for me. Let's just cut our losses and say goodnight." And then she got her heart broken and became kinder and more caring.
Do you mean me?
What do you think of the double date idea?
With Stu?
With Vincent. Not a date, just... We really want you to make peace before he moves away.
Who's we?
The family. The whole family.
Come on, people. Someone in here has to know what Maxine Gray is working on. This is an emergency.
She said you'd say that.
Listen up. It is about damn time you became more afraid of me than you are of Maxine Gray. Right, look, I'm not trying to check up on her or second guess her. This really is an emergency.
She said you'd say that.
Fine. You don't want to believe me? This is her son, Vincent. Careful, they might ask to see your ID.
Hi. I'm Vincent Gray. I'm Maxine's youngest son.
Oh, the one who's moving to San Francisco?
The dog groomer.
Oh, he used to be a dog groomer. Now he's some kind of writer.
See, the thing is, my mother never came home last night. And she left her granddaughter waiting in front of school, which is not like her. So I'm really worried. Please, if you know something, tell us. I'll take all the blame.
She might have mentioned a woman named Cyril.
Linda Cyril? This is a pretty bad case of domestic abuse Maxine's been working on. Trying to get the woman to leave her husband.
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. He's dangerous.
Jake Flanders and Wallace Reed have admitted their actions. They would, however, like me to consider their motives. I have. Unfortunately, the only motives I can find are petty maliciousness and a thoughtless disregard for others. And while Mr. Flanders and Mr. Reed claim to have acted in the name of the Constitution, this is clearly an attempt to graft some kind of nobility onto the incident after the fact. So, Jake Flanders and Wallace Reed, I am sentencing you to 6 months supervised probation, during which time you will be under an 8 p.m. curfew and not allowed to participate in any after-school activities. You will also apologize to the members of the Live the Lord Club and make any appropriate restitution. And I want you both back here in 2 weeks, at which time you will make separate oral presentations about the Bill of Rights, specifically the separation of church and state.
Whoa, we get homework out of this?
The cost of liberty is dear, Mr. Reed.
Ten minutes.
Your Honor, I must protest.
Well, the steps of the courthouse are out that door, down the steps and to the left.
6 months probation? That's nothing.
I think these boys would disagree.
These boys need to be punished.
Mr. Coleman, we're done here.
This is the worst sort of political correctness. If these boys had disrupted a group of feminists or homosexuals, you would have leapt at the chance to make an example of them.
First, Mr. Coleman, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm not going to cite you for contempt. Second, perhaps you'd like to get together with these boys as they do their constitutional homework. The law is not an excuse, and it's not a blunt instrument. It's a balancing act, and the only way it works is if it works the same for everyone. If you'd like to see this for yourself, you're welcome to sit in this courtroom for a month or two, provided you keep your mouth shut.
Come on.
Mr. and Mrs. Cyril, this is Sean Potter from the Department of Children and Families. I'd like to speak with you, please.
There's nobody home. Oh my God.
This is not a legal entry.
Look at this place.
Vincent, as an officer of the state of Connecticut, I can't just bust down people's doors.
So stay outside. Mom!
God, it looks like someone went berserk in here. Maxine! Okay, there's no blood, so that's good.
Wait, that's the silver lining? There's no blood? Let me have your phone. Mom!
Hello? With the Department of Children and Families. Hello?
Yeah, that's Maxine's pager.
Oh my God. Now what?
Let's not jump to any conclusions. All this means is that she was here. Maxine loses more pagers than anyone else in the department. Hell, sometimes she just flings them away.
Hey. What the hell are you doing in my house? Huh?
Mr. Cyril, I'm Sean Potter from the Department of Children and Families.
This is her pager. What'd you do to her?
You got the wrong guy, pal.
All right, just calm down, everybody. Now, what happened to your place?
Yeah, okay, that was me, all right? I was pissed. I come home, the old lady skipped on me, so I let out some frustration.
You say old lady, you mean your wife? What, she ran out?
Yeah.
Well, perhaps if you hadn't been beating her for the last several years, that wouldn't have happened. That's just a helpful hint from the Department of Children and Families.
Why don't you get the hell out of here, huh? You can't come in here, I'll sue you.
If you hurt my mother.
I said get the hell out of here, huh? I'll call the cops.
You've been seeing a lot of cops. You've been drowning in cops.
Keep walking, you punk. Get out of here, punk. Or you want to come back and have a piece of this, huh? You want a little more? Come on!
one of the state's attorney's investigators?
The less we talk, the better.
Why?
You need to put me on the stand.
Why?
If I tell you, it'll be ex parte communication.
Yeah. Do you have something good? Oh, right. Don't say anything. Just walk away. How will I know what to ask you? Right. Don't say anything. Just walk away.
Last time anyone saw her was yesterday morning.
Well, tell them we checked the area hospitals.
Detective, I know all about the 48-hour rule when it comes to missing person cases. Isn't there some way we can streamline? How about a little professional courtesy here? This woman is a dedicated social worker, and we have very real fears for her safety. Thank you. Officially, it's a rule, 48 hours.
What about unofficially?
Unofficially, he's going to put an APB out on her car and stick a unit on Cyril's street. When the 48 hours are up, they'll serve Cyril with a warrant and check the house.
That's it. That's all they can do?
Miss Weldon has informed me that she's unable to predict when a DNA sample or a birth certificate will be forthcoming, so I'm afraid we are at an impasse.
Your Honor.
Do you have any more witnesses?
No, Judge Gray.
Mr. Oswald?
We're done, Your Honor.
Fine. Then I'm going to exercise my right to call my own witness. Mr. Van Exel?
Your Honor, this is highly irregular.
You can't call your own court services officer.
Your objections are duly noted. Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Have you come across information that is pertinent to this case, Mr. Van Exel?
Yes.
Objection, narrative.
You're right. Sustained. Did you make an independent investigation of this case?
Yes. I asked an investigator in the state attorney's office to verify Miss Weldon's credentials.
Objection? Relevance?
Denied. Did you find an aberration in her credentials?
No.
Did you find that she is misrepresenting herself in any way?
Yes. Miss Weldon is not an independent lawyer. She works for a firm in Miami.
I am an associate in a Florida firm, Your Honor, but as a member of the Connecticut Bar, I am independent.
Can you tell me what Miss Weldon's Florida associates have to do with this case?
Yes, I can. Miss Weldon's firm is litigating 16 cases in 5 states, all on behalf of Guatemalan orphans, each fathered by a wealthy American, killed in, 12 air crashes, 2 automobile accidents, an avalanche, and a ferry boat sinking.
Your Honor, the defense moves to dismiss the civil suit with prejudice.
Granted. You may step down, Mr. Van Exel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wait.
I'm also ordering
You're
the transcripts of these proceedings be delivered to the state attorney, to the Bar Association, to the Immigration and Naturalization Service, to the State Department, to the Department of Consumer Fraud, and anybody else I can think of. You, Ms. Weldon, are why there are lawyer jokes. Next case. Well, yeah, it was a judge's dream. Putting an entire firm of lawyers behind bars. Florida lawyers.
I've been ambitious. I've cut corners, I admit, but to take advantage of a parent's grief and starving children. I mean, can you imagine what they've done to their karma?
You believe in karma?
I don't know. I've never actually said the word without canic.
Canic?
Karma? Canic? Car mechanic?
You're a terrible listener.
Then why are you talking to me?
Maybe because I killed you, and now I feel guilty.
You did me a favor. A heart attack's supposed to be a signal to slow down and reassess your values, your goals, consider your karma.
Yeah, I think Dick Cheney pretty much ruined that for everybody.
Pretty much.
I gotta go home. Gotta see if my mom showed up.
Right.
I mean, not that I'm gonna be sleeping. I'm gonna be balancing my checkbook and watching infomercials now.
Because of me?
No, because of this bad courthouse coffee.
Oh. Okay. Just take a little whiff. It's time for me to take my blood thinners. Good night. Thank you.
I used to think that I was good at waiting, sitting around. Turns out that I'm not.
I was kind of hoping Cyril would charge you with assault.
Thanks a lot.
And hurry things along and bring the police in and give them a reason to investigate.
Investigate what?
Something happening?
Could you possibly take Lauren upstairs and get her into pajamas?
Of course. Yes. Of course. Come on.
Why do the police have to investigate? It's too early to go to bed.
What's going on?
I never get to hear the good stuff.
Didn't Mom come home?
Oh, now you're concerned? Where was that concern this morning?
I trusted you to tell me if there was anything to be concerned about.
What, your finger's broken? Have you lost the ability to call me and ask if your mother's all right?
You know, I've seen Maxine in a lot of tight
This
situations.
is so typical of you. You withhold information, and then you blame me for not reacting the way you want me to react.
Amy, bite me.
Where's Jillian? She just left me out there waiting in the car.
Lauren, no, wait a minute, come back here.
Hi, Mommy. Did you hear about the investigation?
I'm sorry, she broke away.
What's going on?
Mom is missing.
No, she's not. She went on the lam with some battered woman until she could find her a secure place in a women's shelter.
Peter, dear, don't use that language. It's melodramatic.
Are you all right?
Where the hell have you been?
Oh, apparently Vincent doesn't care if you're all right. He just cares about where the hell you've been.
I'm fine. Why shouldn't I be?
You knew where she was?
Why did you tell him?
Because I'm dependable, and Mom said it was a very sensitive secret.
Why didn't you tell us?
Oh, you know, you two really aren't communicating very well these days. So I thought it made sense to tell Peter. What's the difference?
You wanted us to worry.
Oh, stop it.
You wanted me and Vincent to come together in the face of tragedy.
Maxine wouldn't do that.
What tragedy? She's standing right here.
Guess what, Ma? It didn't work.
No, it sure as hell didn't.
It didn't.
I'm going to bed. Night.
Was that the whole investigation?
Carol.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you.
You all right?
Did you find your mother?
Oh, God. Even for the Greys, it was award-winning passive-aggressive manipulation. We thought Mom was strangled and buried in a shallow grave. As it turns out, she was just in a motel, trying to teach Amy and me a lesson. Are you coming to bed?
You win. I'm gonna go see a doctor tomorrow. About the lump.
Hey, come to bed.
This is the part where you say, Carol, I'm sure it's nothing.
Carol. I'm sure it's nothing.
Better be nothing. Because if there's anything wrong, it's your fault.
sounds reasonable.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, Amy's relationship with Stuart takes a dramatic turn. Don't miss Judging Amy, next.
Lady, cardio care doesn't start till 7:30.
No, I'm supposed to meet a friend. What's cardio care?
Too echoey, come closer.
I said, what's cardio care?
You nailed her, man. She's completely fished.
You're gonna sick old life courtesy. You stink at your job.
Don't get mad at him. It's my fault. Okay. I like to start my day with a shot of adrenaline.
You'd think a heart attack victim would be more sensitive.
I know, you're right. I'm sorry.
You want a shot of adrenaline? Have a cup of coffee like a normal person.
Doesn't this remind you of junior high? Of climbing the fence into the public pool and swimming naked?
I never did that.
Yeah, neither did I.
I mean, I might have done it if somebody asked me, but, you know, I had this goody two-shoes reputation.
Yeah, I was a shy kid, too.
Oh, really? You don't seem shy right now, paddling around in your Speedo.
That's just part of the uniform.
What uniform?
Cardio care.
What the hell is cardio care?
Just think of us as a team of costume superheroes who fight heart disease. Guys, this is the woman I was telling you about.
Judge?
Amy, meet the guys.
She sure doesn't look like a judge.
Well, you don't look like a team of superheroes.
What I don't understand is if the entire first printing sells out, why wouldn't there be a second printing?
Oh, Fortunate Son is a notable achievement.
Stalled, cars stall, books don't stall.
Marked by grace and intelligence, it does what great novels are supposed to do.
How can anybody buy the book if there aren't any books to buy?
It challenges our beliefs, shakes our complacency.
This is like some kind of voodoo catch-22. You won't reprint the hardcover because it's not selling well enough, and it's not selling well because it's sold out.
And reinvigorates the form.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Bye.
And that's the nastiest review I could find. The upshot is, you're a genius.
Donna, I'm not unhappy with the book's performance.
And you shouldn't be.
I just don't think that it's the kind of book that's going to make a big splash on the internet.
Well, it should. You know why? It's a fabulous book. I'm buying it for all my friends.
Well, you can't. Go to work. You are not going to single-handedly turn this book into a bestseller.
It's a great book.
Thanks.
Everyone says so.
Yeah.
Even the mean people at the New York Times.
Really?
First up are a couple dispositional
I
hearings.
think Stu has changed.
Did you peruse the briefs?
Fundamentally changed, I mean. Do you believe people can do that? Change fundamentally?
No. Following dispositions, we have delinquency trial.
What about after a fatal heart attack? That's a life-changing experience.
If it had actually been fatal, Judge Gray, he wouldn't be alive. Now, the delinquency...
Well, Stu was technically dead for 15 minutes. He was...
Bruce, I've got a brilliant idea. Vincent was 1,678 as of 7:37 this morning.
Well, that sounds extremely old.
It's the position of his novel on cyberbook.web.
Is that good?
No. Good would be if he broke 1,000. It's a marketing threshold. When it breaks 1,000, they give it the attention it deserves.
In the delinquency case, the kid was...
My idea is we all log on to cyberbook.web and buy multiple copies.
That sounds expensive.
Not if you immediately cancel your order. See, on the internet, the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing.
Well, that sounds like fraud.
Well, you know, white fraud. For someone we love.
Well, I'm an officer of the court, Donna, so I can't do that.
This means say no more.
No, Donna, I mean, I really can't do that. Okay, Donna, stop doing that. Right. Stop doing that, Donna. Donna.
I don't care about white fraud. I care about whether or not you read the briefs.
I'm leaving her in your hands. Are you up to speed on this? Because if I don't get back to the office in time for the staff meeting, Sean Potter is going to auto-destruct.
Abrianna Franklin, beaten to a pulp a year ago by her father, placed with an aunt and uncle, subsequently sexually molested by said uncle.
I'd like to stay, but they really are stretching the limit at DCF.
Maxine, relax. It's just possible I may be able to do my job without your immediate supervision.
Abrianna, this is Dr. Blixman. She's here to help you.
You have beautiful hair, Abrianna.
That's what my uncle used to say. I have beautiful hair.
I have to leave. But before I do, is there anything you need? Something to drink?
Could you maybe find out what happened to Dookie?
Dookie?
My dog.
There was no mention of a dog in the file.
Not from this time, from last time.
When you were taken away from your father. That was over a year ago.
I was just thinking if he did better than me after that. I hope so.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
In September of this year, I enrolled undercover as a senior at Parktown High School in order to uncover a gambling ring.
How old are you, Officer Gavin?
I'm 24, Judge Gray.
I made contact with a member of the Tamil youth gang known as the Leopards.
The gang Mr. Chelvin leads?
That's correct. I placed a series of wagers, first on the high school's own athletic teams, then on televised sports. At the end of a couple weeks, my debt to the Leopards had grown to over $3,000, and I let it be known that I was unable to pay.
Did the Leopards give you an extension?
No, sir, they kidnapped me.
Objection. Prejudicial.
They beat me, rolled me in a carpet, threw me in the trunk of a car, and removed my fingernail with a pair of pliers. And you think that kidnap is prejudicial?
Did you recognize the young man who used the pliers on you?
No. They wore screen masks.
Then how is Mr. Chelvin implicated?
I missed another payment deadline.
Did you meet with Premin Chelvin?
Yes, in the lunchroom.
What was the topic of your meeting?
Mr. Chelvin told me that if I didn't have the $3,000 that I owed him, plus another $500 by the end of the day, that he would rip out all of my fingernails and feed me one of my testicles.
Then what did you do?
Are you kidding? I requisitioned the money and paid the son of a bitch.
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained. But barely. Well, people change, especially after a fatal heart attack.
Near fatal, dear. Had it actually been fatal, the man would be deceased.
No, Stu was clinically dead for 15 minutes.
All right, he died. Does that mean you have to sleep with him?
I'm not sleeping with him. And what if I were?
You're wrapped up in the romance of the thing. A brash, callow young man succumbs to a life-threatening experience. A decent, beautiful woman nurses him back to life. They fall in love and have copious sex.
Gotta stop watching those war movies in the middle of the night, Mom.
He's put you up on a pedestal. You like it up there, and you're going to have sex with him.
Okay, can you stop shouting, have sex at the top of your lungs?
What's that all about?
That can't be good.
Yeah, you can laugh all you want, Bruce, but I got a great outside shot.
If you say so. Judge Gray, I have a message from your brother. He wants to know if you'd be free Saturday morning so you can watch him fire off his rocket.
Oh, that would be Peter.
Thank you, Bruce. Well, I guess we'll find some place to sit.
Over there, Amy.
Enjoy your lunch.
They didn't ask us to sit with them.
I don't like it. Fraternization between social workers and the court system, it lacks discretion.
What are you talking about? We're sitting together.
Well, we have to. We're family. You could kill him, you know. If you sleep together, it could be fatal.
See, the way I do it, Mother, nobody has to die.
Then you're not doing it right. I have to go.
I'm not gonna have sex with him.
Oh, God bless you, honey. You've got the English patient written all over your face.
Notwithstanding your excellent defense, Mr. Sharma, I am finding your client delinquent on all charges.
I'd like to call one character witness at the sentencing hearing, Your Honor.
That's fine. Until then, I'm holding Mr. Chelton in custody. What's next?
Dispositional hearing. People versus Pran in the matter of stock fraud. Defendant has pled no contest and charges and awaits sentencing.
Ms. Arroyo,
Yes.
can you tell me the story?
Without getting too technical, Judge Gray, Vanessa Pran used internet chat rooms to pass herself off as a 42-year-old stock analyst, make bogus assertions about the expected performance of particular stocks, then sell. The Securities Exchange Commission calls this pumping and dumping.
Janice Samuels appearing for Vanessa Pran, Your Honor. My client is a prodigy, not a criminal. She made her first stock market trades at the age of 12 through an account set up by her parents.
These were legal trades?
That's correct. However, soon after young Miss Pran crossed over to the dark side.
Objection.
This is a juvenile court sentencing hearing, Miss Samuels. We allow a certain leeway for a sense of humor.
Your Honor, Vanessa has already apologized and repaid the victims of her suspect trades.
In the hope that we would not file charges against her.
What amounts are we talking about?
$126,000. Give or take. That was off of initial investment of $10,000.
Well, this is not simple.
That's why we did not want it dealt with at the juvenile court level. No offense.
Well, I'm going to need details in order to discern whether Vanessa committed a conscious premeditated crime or simply made a high-spirited mistake.
That means delving into the details of arcane financial transactions.
Is Your Honor certain she wants to wade through those murky waters?
Your Honor appreciates counsel's concern, but let's give it a shot, shall we?
I appreciate your coming in.
Yeah, I'm retired. Had a big day planned, pinching aphids. You're looking for the dog?
That's correct. Since you were the social worker who placed the child, I thought you might be of some help.
Why, things sure have changed around here. If social workers suddenly have time to go gallivanting after duck trolling dandies.
I beg your pardon?
It's a breed.
You remember the breed?
I remember everything about this case. Child was beaten to a pulp. As I recall, she was in danger of losing an eye.
They managed to save her eye.
The dog was beaten, too. I called animal control to come and get it.
Do you think the poor thing was destroyed?
Shouldn't you be worried about children instead of dogs?
I am.
That all you needed?
Yes. Miss Grossman, finding the dog is important to the child. I don't think I'm wasting time.
Tell yourself whatever you gotta. That's my philosophy.
Who's that?
She used to work here.
Have you placed the Gabriello twins yet? Or had a chance to speak with Lester Navarro's probation officer?
I'll get to it.
See, this is why I hate Sanctuary House. You're spreading yourself too thin.
Why were you having lunch with Bruce Van Exel?
We're working out the details of gun court for the prosecutor's office. Alternative sanctions for kids with firearm violations. It's very cutting edge. Why?
In my experience, it's best for our people not to mix with their people.
Oh, my God. It's the black thing.
Don't be ludicrous.
Why does color always have to enter into it?
It has nothing to do with race.
So what if Bruce and I have decided not to accept the America of two separate realities? What if we're just two guys who happen to enjoy each other's company? Or maybe you think I'm just not cool enough to have a black friend.
Your upbringing wasn't exactly culturally diverse, was it, Sean?
I admit it. Bruce is my first African-American friend.
Ah, you are friends, not just colleagues.
Yes.
It's a bad idea for DCF to even have an opinion on the matter. That's my point. We, social workers, should not mix with them, court personnel.
It's my opinion, not DCF's.
Sean, why are we always fighting these days? Is there anything we need to discuss?
Would you just please be so kind as to call Lester Navarro's probation officer?
Certainly. After I see a man about a dog.
I have been principal of Parktown High for 8 years.
Can you give us a snapshot of the student body?
Well, Parktown is a very culturally diverse school with over 2,000 students. 37% Asian or South Asian, 26% Hispanic, 24% African American, and the other 13% are white or mixed race.
What about gang activity?
Oh, God, gangs are the bane of my existence. 2 African American gangs, Vietnamese, Cambodian, 3 Hispanic gangs.
And the dominant gang?
Currently, the Tamil gang, the Leopards.
Would you call it a dangerous school?
We do the best we can. Metal detectors, armed security patrols. But yes, unhappily, I would call it a dangerous school. Last year we had 2 homicides.
And this year?
No homicides.
What about rapes and assaults?
Last year, 38.
And this year?
5.
To what do you credit this success?
Ms. Mock?
Could it be that you don't want to give my client credit for the improvement of conditions at your school?
I know how this sounds, but yes, Prim and Shelvin is the reason for the improved conditions at Parktown.
If Judge Gray decides to remove Mr. Shelvin from the school and put him in jail, what do you think will happen?
In my opinion, things will go back to the way they were.
Why?
Because he is in control of the school. He's in charge. The other gangs know it, and they respect him.
In his absence, the assaults will climb.
Yes, because a gang war will erupt.
And the homicides?
Yeah, we get the point, Mr. Sharma.
All due respect, Judge Gray, I think the actual words must be spoken. If you jail my client and remove him from the school, you are also, in effect, sentencing 2 other children to death.
Ms. Mock, are you asking me to release this gang leader back to your school?
Yes, Your Honor. Pragmatically speaking, someone's going to rule the roost. And Prim and Shelvin is better than most.
Well, I'm gonna need some time to think about this.
Miss Prin, you are obviously a very intelligent little girl.
Yes, I know.
Your Honor, would you please instruct Ms. Arroyo not to condescend quite so transparently to my client?
Apologies all around. How long was it between the time you started making trades and the time you started stealing from people?
Objection.
Ms. Arroyo.
Apologies all around again. Your Honor, it's confusing. One moment I can't refer to the defendant as a little girl. The next minute I have to treat her with kid gloves.
Welcome to juvenile court.
I didn't mean to steal. It was like a game, like bluffing in high-stakes poker. I didn't know it was wrong.
You started out making legal trades, didn't you?
Yes, I traded longer-term mid-caps on large exchanges.
How did you choose those stocks?
Technical analysis.
Please, explain that to Judge Gray.
I tracked the structure of the price action, the flux indicators, and taught myself stop movements and exits.
Objection.
To what?
Well, maybe it's more a concern than an objection, Judge Gray, but there are certain nuances and gray areas here. And if the prosecution asks questions which imply guilt, and then my client responds in a way that signifies innocence, but the court is unable to understand her.
Are you questioning my abilities?
No, Your Honor.
Not at all.
Good. Let's move forward to the questionable trades, shall we?
It was an NR7 day, short trending with no spikes, and I was long in a microcap called Z-Tech, and facing a negative divergence. I wondered how to gap up through the compression price. So, I logged onto some chat rooms and pumped that Z-Tech was going to take a write-down in the third quarter for later sell-off, providing a cushion of profit margins. The stock price jumped, I dumped, and took the profit.
Miss Kozlowski-Pant, if you don't stop doing that, I'm going to find you in contempt of court and put you in jail. Any objections?
Did you check with the duck trolling dandy rescue group?
The what?
Most breeds have a group of kindly fanatics who feel charged by God to protect them. I'm sure if they found out about your dog, they'd find the resources to save him.
God, I wish human beings had those kinds of benefactors.
They do, Mom. You're one of them.
Okay, Mom, I gotta get going. So... Hi, Vincent.
Hey. It's time to go.
No, like I said, I gotta go, so...
Sure. Heaven forbid you two should spend any time in the same room.
Did you break 1,000?
I beg your pardon?
On cyberbook.web?
I don't know what that means.
Apparently it's a marketing threshold. 1,000.
Oh, I didn't write the book to be a bestseller.
Oh, no, I know. I just thought...
I've been getting great reviews. Yeah, I'm really great reviews. And if I needed some kind of financial validation, which I don't, I would have accepted the offer from the film company.
You mean Hollywood?
Yeah, $40,000 option. Which I'm not taking. You know why? Because the book is itself.
$40,000? That's a lot of money to pass up.
You really don't get me at all.
Oh, honey, that's so funny.
Amy, crack of dawn Saturday?
Why?
Lunchtime. T-minus 36 hours. Didn't Bruce give you the message?
Oh, your rocket.
So you'll be there.
10-4 Houston.
Thanks for dinner, Maxine. Good night, everyone.
Houston, we do not have a problem.
Ow! I was going for the record.
What time is Stu picking you up?
Is Stu your new boyfriend?
Suck on the glass again, honey. Go for the record. I'll time you. Let's go to the living room. Woohoo!
Maxine? Can I have a private moment with Amy?
Certainly. I'll go and see if Lauren has sucked herself into an alternative universe.
Saturday morning is really important to Peter.
Yeah, the rocket whoop-de-doo.
He designed and built that thing himself. It's taken months.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. I don't understand why, but he needs to shoot higher and faster and farther than all the other geeks in the group. The point is, you're gonna blow him off.
Why does everybody in this family think they know exactly what I'm gonna do?
Amy, you're gonna blow him off. And he won't say anything to you, but his feelings will be hurt.
I am not gonna blow him off.
You've sort of built him up to be this semi-substitute for Vincent, which is fine. But Peter thinks this rocket is his chance to impress you, and if you blow him off, it'll hurt him. And I just wanted to say that. Good night.
I want to disrupt your plans.
What plans?
You're not having lunch with Sean Potter today?
No, not today. Is there something you want to ask?
What could you two possibly have in common, except for the fact that you both work with members of the Gray family?
Maybe we bonded like men do in times of war.
Donna, something wrong?
Oh, it's Vincent. I bought and returned his book over 200 times, and he still hasn't broken 1,000.
Look at it this way. If he found out that his success was due to your log rolling, he'd be humiliated.
He wouldn't have to know. Sometimes you do things for people you care about behind their backs, whether they like it or not.
I'll come get you when everyone's in place.
No, I'm not looking to adopt a dog myself. Well, I'm sure they are lovely animals. No, I do consider myself a dog person, yes, but certainly not on your level. Yeah, you're welcome. What I'm trying to do is track down a duck-trolling dandy that was badly beaten about a year ago and that your organization may have saved.
Could I speak with you?
Could you hold on just a moment, please?
Maxine, I've tried to be laissez-faire about this, but I'm gonna have to put my foot down. There are children right here, right now, who need your attention. Lots of them. An infinite number, in fact. And yet you insist upon dedicating valuable time to a dog.
Oh, put a sock in it, Sean.
I beg your pardon?
I'm sorry, this is not Save the World Day. Tomorrow, I will dedicate my entire being to the betterment of the universe. But today, I am going to help one particular little girl named Abriana Franklin find her damn dog. Yes, I am trading the good of the many for the good of the one. For that, I am willing to burn in hellfire for all eternity. Therefore, you do not scare me. Now step away from my desk, please. Step away from the desk. Yes, sorry. Yeah. Oh, I can do better than describe the dog. I can provide you with a picture.
Miss Samuels would have me believe that Vanessa Pran looked at Wall Street and saw that it was corrupt. So she played the game. She did what she had to do in order to win, so that she could use her ill-gotten gains to go to Harvard Business School and work on Wall Street. Am I the only one who sees a kind of vicious circle here? Vanessa Pran is admitted to being guilty of fraud. In addition to the reparations she has made to her victims, I'm also assessing Miss Pran all court costs, including the cost of the prosecution. Furthermore, Ms. Pran will pay for the cost of a forensic accountant who will scrutinize all of her trades in case other reparations need to be made. I'm not done. I am also banning Vanessa Pran from trading until her 18th birthday.
It's obvious to me that Your Honor did not understand the minutiae of these transactions and was unable to navigate the complexities posed by the case.
Let me explain it in language that you'll understand. Vanessa Pran went online and leaked erroneous inside information that Z-Tech had been extended the imputed value of a loan of Prime Bank securities, a type of financial instrument that doesn't even exist, as a prelude to a rights offering which she stated caused a short squeeze. How many lies is that?
I realize what?
Miss Samuels, how many lies is that?
3 or 4, Your Honor.
Ooh, close, Miss Samuels. But it's 5 outright lies. Now, are you trying to tell me that in telling 5 outright falsehoods, Vanessa Pran was playing a game? That she was bluffing? And do you want me to fall for the same jargon and lies and obfuscation as those misguided online investors who believed her?
For your information, Judge Gray was a big shot corporate lawyer on Wall Street before we got her. I'm sorry.
What I am doing here is forcing you to find another pathway in life. Try to walk in the light.
I hate you.
Yes.
Dookie. Dookie?
Dookie. Donna.
Yes?
I'm sorry I was rude to you in court.
Judge Gray, I know you and Vincent are mad at each other, and I shouldn't get involved in family matters. And like you said, cheating is cheating. So
Well, at least you were trying to help Vincent. Just more than I was doing. I am angry at him, but I'm trying not to be.
Cyberbook.web cut me off.
They caught you?
Also, they're sending a message to all the other online merchants warning them about me. I'm a pariah on the World Wide Web.
Well, you could put an initial in your name. Start over.
Would that work?
I'm pretty sure.
Did you learn sneaky stuff like that when you were a corporate warlord?
No. I learned that from my mother.
They didn't know his name was Dookie, so they gave him a new name. Kismet. It's a little bit snootsy, but
He looks happy.
I think he is. He found a good home.
Thank you, Mrs. Gray.
If you want to see him, maybe I can make some arrangement.
That's okay.
Don't you want to see him?
Well, he's happy now. Maybe he forgot all the bad times. I don't want to remind him. Maybe someday, if you ever find me a nice place to live, I could see him. Then we'd be even. Like, equal. Could I keep this?
I think that would be all right.
Before I pass sentence, I have a couple questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you get straight A's?
Beg your pardon?
Straight A's and a 93 percentile in your SATs?
My parents require good marks of me.
Or what? Or what? Will they, for example, rip out your fingernails if you don't get good marks?
No. I respect their wishes.
Well, Mr. Chalvin, why didn't you require your son to quit the Leopards?
We didn't know about Freeman's involvement with this gang until he was arrested.
Leopards don't simply let you quit. Even if they did, one of the other gangs would take me out.
They kill you?
Yes.
Oh, great. If I want to save lives, I should simply think of a sentence that satisfies the law, yet allows you to remain the mightiest warlord at Parktown High. Some probationary time, some community service, nobody dies, everybody's happy. I recently heard of a place called Samanalakanda. Do you know it?
Something to do with back home in Sri Lanka.
It's a sacred peak.
Mr. Chalvin, I want you to tell your son about Samanalakanda, because it is a story of exile and penance. I will not participate in a contrivance which consigns you to the role of a career criminal, no matter how many people benefit from it. Praman Chalvin, I'm committing you to DCF for 3 years with a recommendation for incarceration. However, I will reconsider that disposition under the following conditions: that you sever all ties with the Leopards and any other youth gang, and that you and your family relocate to another town.
Your Honor, I must protest. You're asking my client's family to rip themselves away from the Tamil community or permit their child to be incarcerated.
No, Mr. Sharma. Penance and exile, I understand. We will do it.
I hope you will use your considerable intelligence to save your own life, since it is very possible that I have sacrificed someone else in order to give you the chance. I'm sorry, Ms. Mocked.
All rise.
You are lucky I didn't smash your skull.
You're lucky I'm not a robber with a gun.
Well, that's what you get for skulking home at 4 o'clock in the morning. Was the heart patient still alive?
I'm not sneaking in. I'm sneaking out.
Well, what kind of fool leaves the house at 4 o'clock in the morning?
You're looking at her. Ma, I was not out having sex with Stu Collins. Stu Collins is working a tramp steamer or hopping a freight.
You drove him out of town?
He's on a pilgrimage looking for the meaning of life. I did consider having sex with him, though.
You're joking.
You know, one day I'm going to find a man who thinks that I'm the meaning of life.
Amy, don't be drippy. Best you can hope for is a man who doesn't worry about the meaning of life when he's with you.
So why aren't you sleeping? Did you find that little girl's dog?
The dog is living happily ever after. It's the child whose life keeps falling apart. She told me she hopes one day she'll be equal to the dog.
Well, if you and Lauren are up and around when I come back, let's go have French toast at Callahan's.
Okay. Now we're talking about the true meaning of life.
Good liftoff for Emma this year. We maybe have another winner.
Amy! Amy, you came!
Well, of course. I didn't want to miss the big launch.
Well, still, I didn't actually expect you to.
Next up is a great contender, Peter Gray.
It's great you came.
No, it's nice that you asked. Peter, you're next up.
Oh, you want to do the honors?
No, I don't know how.
Oh, come on, just push the button.
No?
Yeah. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
My God, Peter!
900. We have deceleration.
It's slowing down. It's not going to reach apogee.
It will too!
Burn is stopped. It's just coasting now. Wait. Wait for it. Yes! 1,000! 1,000! Yes! I broke 1,000! I broke 1,000! Oh, you have no idea what that means!
I've heard breaking 1,000 is good!
Oh, you have no idea! I broke 1,000! Thank you. I broke 1,000! I broke 1,000! I really did! I broke 1,000! Please, come again! I really did! I broke 1,000!
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, an investigation points to a shocking group of suspects. All the drama of Law and Order is next on TNT.
ভাই কি দেখেন?
বাইকটা কি আপনার?
হ্যাঁ আমার ভাই কি হইছে?
নাম্বার প্লেট কই?
সেটা দিয়ে আপনার কি দরকার?
রাইট দেন।
হ্যাঁ রাইট দেই। কি হইছে?
বেরিবার যাবেন?
না ভাই এই মুহূর্তে বেরিবাদ যাবো না ভাই।
ভাই চলেন না, আমার মায় অসুস্থ।
ভাই আমার রাইড শেষ, আমার পোলার আজকে জন্মদিন, আমার তাড়াতাড়ি বাড়ি যাইতে হবে, আমি যাইতে পারবো না। আপনি আর একটা রাইড দেখেন, এ নিয়ে যাবো আপনার।
ভাই বিপদ তার বইলে আসেন, আমার মায় অসুস্থ ভাই। আপনার মা অসুস্থ থাকলে কি একজন হেল্প করতো না?
এই মুহূর্তে ভাই এই বেরিবাদে আমার বাড়িটা থাকলো উল্টা দিকে, আমার যাইতে অনেক দেরি হয়ে যাবে।
ভাই একটু স্যাক্রিফাইস করেন না ভাই, আমার মা অসুস্থ, আপনার মা অসুস্থ থাকলে কি আপনি করতেন না?
আরে
একটু বাড়াই দেবো ভাই, চলেন ভাই।
আরে এই সময় বেরিবাদ কেমনে যাবো
ভাই? আয়ান না, আমি তো আপনার সাথে যাইতেছি ভাই, আমার একটু নামাই দিয়ে আসেন, খুব দরকার ভাই।
আমার
চলেন ভাই।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে চলেন। ভাই কোন দিকে? ভাই আর কোন দিকে যাবো কোন তো? সেই কখন থেকে তো সামনে সামনে ঘুরতেছে।
মা, শফিককে ডাক দাও।
এখন অনেক রাত হয়েছে।
তাহলে একটা কাজ করো, ওর জন্য একটা কেকের পিস রেখে দাও।
আচ্ছা রাইখা দিব না, কাল সকালে তুই দিয়ে আসিস।
মা, মোমবাতি কই?
মোমবাতি আনতে তো ভুলে গেছি একদম।
তাহলে কাজ করো, বাবাকে আনতে কইয়া দাও।
তোর বাপ কি জানে যে কেক কিনে নিয়ে আসছি? আচ্ছা আগে আসুক, তারপরে দোকানে পাঠাবো নেবো মানে।
তাহলে একটা কাজ করি, আমি নিজে গিয়ে নিয়ে আসি।
ছোট মানুষের রাতে বেলা বাইরে যাওয়া নিষেধ তোরে শিখাইছি না?
তাহলে আবার একটা কাজ করো, বাবাকে ফোন দিয়ে কইয়া দাও বেলুন আনতে, আর বলবা যে তাড়াতাড়ি আসতে।
আর একটু অপেক্ষা করি, হ্যাঁ তারপর কমনে।
আজকে যদি আব্বু আম্মু যদি আমারে যদি বলতো যে সাকিব তুই বিয়ে কর, তাহলে আমি
Mày tao nhiều hơn mà. Ê, broccoli, tao thiếu một đồ đấy. Ui. Đúng ra. Đúng ra. Ơ sao tao xét kiểu béo mà nên 10 chất này. 1 6 hắc ám mà 6 hắc ám cái béo đây à? 6 hắc ám chất 8. Mỗi con này đã xong mà. Cái béo gì nhỉ? Cái béo gì nhỉ? Cho không? Ok broccoli. Em mua thanh quỷ vãi pip. Vãi bình xì linh. Xét bế cho tao, xét bế Guardian tao, để Guardian chơi điêu. Mày thích chơi đi, mày chơi đi. Nửa cây. Ui phòng ngoài hỏng. Cái này chết rồi. Cái đèn gà vãi. Ui con kêu 3 này. Đánh bóng á, bóng sự căng ấy. Gà đèn carry mà. Chuẩn vậy. Chư. Trừ ngay. 300 tỷ à? 300 tỷ. Kêu. Ui. Nào có. Đúng nhỉ? Phải chưa? Hỏng đấy. Chuẩn đúng rồi. Để căng ấy. 400 tuổi. 400 tuổi bay hơn nữa không? Em Vũ à? Em Vũ mày... em Vũ rebirth rồi à? Bảo sao khoe không được một lap. Đó, có hôm nhìn như nghiện này, hôm đi ăn mà quà thằng nướng nhìn như khác gì nghiện đâu. Quỷ mà, như trong trại ra đi ăn mà. Méo rồi sao? Xét full tanh không nhở? Ê chịu xét cùng. Chút nhảy vào đầu quá nhở? Mẹ cuộc sống. Đéo Chuẩn bố à? Chuẩn bố à? Đằng sau ấy, đằng sau quả tên lửa ấy. Bách về đây. Ê, không sao, có thằng Zone cuối ấy, kiểu đéo gì cái ngu nhỉ? Góc này, tất cả đều góc này, tất cả đều góc đấy, tất cả đều góc này, tất cả đều góc này, đúng thằng này. Thằng bé quỷ cũng hay là kiếm Lam Chi Liệt. Vẫn thuật dậy. Lơ mồm. Lơ mồm nhỏ nhỏ rồi. Hỏng rồi. Ê, anh. Ok. Để quay cả màn hình CC. Quỷ. Anh quỷ mà. Ôi, hỏng rồi. 31 máu à? Rồi. Thế à? Cái Zero phải tự đánh ấy. Đó, rồi mình có auto. Chị auto này. Trừ. Mày auto. Anh đang bay rất cật lực ấy, anh đang bay rất cật lực đấy. Ui, tao thua rồi, đánh cái thằng ngực chết này khó quá. Anh chơi Zone 3 cái vui, đồ thiếu một cái đồ thôi, lắp diệt vậy. Này chắc là phải lắp diệt rồi anh, đồ. Đây cấp 3 già rồi, giờ ta chỉ nghĩ đến 2k5. Vài đấy. Cái gì cơ? Rồi cho mà để góc này lên góc trái phải luôn. Trung tàu. Anh em quá quen con số đấy ở trong Pet Simulator. Không? Nào xét. Thắng là không vậy thầy. Anh đánh bài toàn bài đèo hay cũ nhưng mà tại nó bị kiểu đéo gì ấy. Anh đánh toàn bài đèo chung toàn chị ở 5, còn ra ngoài 5. Và đang trên ông bị đẩy ra xuống top 5 rồi, hiểu không nào? Đó, ta đang hồi ai comeback mày mà. Kia con kêu kia nó vẫn chết đấy, Zone ơi, bảo mà. Con chết Zone rồi, thôi anh đi rồi. Rồi xong, điều 15 máu. Thấy không? Mình vẫn di chuyển được đó mà em, không phải là mình cứ kệ thế đâu. Yes, em phải ra là sao ấy, sự nhật sao ấy. Rồi mà ui xong và có tiền ra zone trứng xong gì lần trứng cũng qua auto, xong cũng qua auto zone trứng nữa chứ. Rồi anh mới ra đánh trận cả. Mà sắp được 5 tiếng, sắp được 5 tiếng để mà anh quay từ giờ đến lúc đi tập gym mà mình dậy chống đẩy và phải động các kiểu gì mình 7:30 bắt đầu đi. Giờ tối nay à, đúng rồi, để anh đi về đấy, về xong rồi đánh cờ 1 tiếng xong đi đánh cờ tiếng 8 mình anh mới quay tập tối mà tối mát mát ấy. Hôm nọ anh bị mấy thằng bảo vệ trêu hay sao em ạ, cay đấy thằng bảo vệ này. Ui anh Cương gắt đi gắt đi. Phải chưa? Ta lái ô tô mà ăn quỵt ai á? Thế phong bạt không? Mày thích phong bạt không? Mày thích phong bạt không? Mày phong bạt hả? Mày phong bạt là phong bạt, mày thích phong bạt không? Ui phong bạt, thằng phong bạt này là phong bạt và khởi đầu tổ đăng kính thôi. Đông là mấy người? Đông là 4 người à? Đông là 4 người. Tao tưởng 4 thôi. Đấy, tao thấy đăng ảnh có mày này, mày Thương với cả bọn hai cái cặp một cái cặp kia nữa, nên là tưởng 4. Này à, anh lực cũng đi sao? Phải đấm vắt vỡ kinh ngõ xong đây có nhìn gì đâu, gì có một chuẩn không muốn mày cả cứt à? Căng không cái muốn mày ở cứt à mua. Ê 3 giờ trời này có ổn không vậy? Quên quá biết trời như cứt thì nó gì thôi rồi, bởi vì tại 3 giờ mà trời này sự cổ ảo ấy trốn ấy. Cái gì đâu ra vậy không? Mày chưa chọn nói à? Song đấu hắc ám hiền giả chuẩn không vậy? Cái bài đéo về đây được em code web à? Code web à? Biết mà HTML phải không Tuấn? mấy cái thằng HTML mình vẫn cái thằng HTML chuyên code web ấy, cái thằng HTML chuyên code web phải không? Thế à đó, mấy cái đấy thôi, còn đâu mấy cái khác rồi phải khác. Code thoại ảnh à? Tao code thích, nó chỉ code chứ kiểu mấy cái ấn thôi, còn đâu code thoại ảnh là mấy thằng khác phải không? Một stack à? Full stack à?